All right. We're here. We were starting soon, and now we're starting. All right. I had to go get my water to hydrate, so I'm a lot of breath because I ran upstairs. Probably shouldn't be this out of breath, but hey, I'm working on it. But oh, the Crimson Black Dragon says, love your videos. Thank you, Crimson Black Dragon. Oh, appreciate it. Let's go. Definitely need to hydrate because my throat is getting has a little tingle, a little itch, a little scratch. So we got to make sure I got a lozenge in. So let's do this thing. Hopefully it doesn't affect my speaking too much. But anyway, oh, shoot. Jenny Bratt, go get your water. Let's go. Everybody hydrate. Okay, so some cool things. Starting things off with a quick announcement. Check this out. Boom. The Hunted One Shot is updated for 0.9.5. It's available for free. DC20.com. If you do this, DC20.com, and you scroll down, downloads, boom, free downloads, boom, there it is. 0.9 updated monsters, right? So super cool there. And I'm gonna double check if that character sheet's up to date, because it doesn't look like that character sheet's up to date. So I am going to make a little note of that to make sure that happens. But yeah, so super exciting stuff there. There you go. It will be updated again with the new adventure format that I'm going to be released. That's going to be releasing. The video for that release is next week's, but we talked about that last week as far as the live stream 46, I believe, the one before this one. And we did a whole thing showing the adventures, and this adventure is going to be updated in that format as well. So heck yeah. The Lozenge? Oh, okay. Oh, we're talking about the Jurassic movie. Oh goodness. Are we close to 0.10? Check this out. Let me go to spells. So let me see spells, spreadsheet, master spreadsheet. Let me go to recent. I think that'd be where I could find it fast. Spell categories. There it is. Huge thing today. Check this out. Yeah, we'll show this and go to here. Yeah. This is the spell categories. All the spell categories for DC20 are right here, and they're all blue or beyond. We talked this a little bit last week. Also, if you haven't seen this, this is every spell from Dungeons and Dragons sorted into the spell categories of DC20, and we are done with them all. Gray means we've gone through it. Protection has a bit of organization to go through, and as you can see, this is kind of what some of the stuff looks like. Every Wednesday, I do a patron live stream where I develop DC20 live. This is the kind of stuff that we do there. But to this live stream, we're gonna do a Q&A. We're gonna good old fashioned Q&A. So stay buckle in for that for just a second. But this is a good example of like examples of arcane, divine, and primal types of protection. Maybe primal, maybe they all have some way to give temp HP, but maybe arcane does AD and PD bonuses, whereas divine would be disadvantage on attacks, or you roll a d4 and subtract or something like that, because there's some sort of divine intervention protecting the person, so the thing has disadvantage of the you know what I'm saying? And then primal, maybe it's resistances, damage reduction, flat reduction, like minusing off of stuff, right? So that's just a cool little example of some stuff going on behind the scenes. So heck yeah. And then Hamaz, or Hamza. That's a great question. In fact, we'll go ahead and here's how the live stream works. Q&A live stream. I have some announcements coming, but they'll come out in just a second. We're getting super chats rolling in. Super chats jump to the front of the line. But if you have questions, go ahead and ask them now. #question. I don't know if I have moderators. Let me actually see that right now, because if we do, Dustbreaker. Oh, he's on mobile. Okay, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. If I don't get your question, I'll let you know if we're answering them differently. But we'll stay tuned for that. So we'll see how the questions work. But the first question I saw was Winterfell campaigns coming out from Hamza. The starter adventure is the first campaign that will be coming out. It's part of the Kickstarter, all that kind of stuff. I don't want that adventure. Yeah, that campaign has been outlined. It's been worked on for lots of ways, but it's been purposely put on hold right now for the person writing it and myself, Zipperon Disney, if you're familiar with his YouTube channel. He's the one writing it. Me and him are collaborating heavily on it. We are pausing it, and then we are making a new one shot, which is kind of like a 3-shot, and it's called the Tower of Zaman. And that one is actually getting closer and closer to being done, and that one will also be another adventure release in a 3-shot format, heavily accentuating the exploration pillar of DC20. And when that comes out, we are purposely focusing on that so that we can get the outline and, like I showed last live stream, the formatting, the layout, and all that kind of stuff, get that dialed in for a 3-shot before we go for the campaign. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Hopefully that answers that question. So heck yeah. And then let me go to the questions. Here we go. Iron Bird finally back. Missed you all. Life has been fun. Iron Bird. The way you said that makes me think it hasn't been fun. So just keep your head up, but keep your head up, man. It always gets better. It always gets better, especially if you unless you give up, unless you start. Oh no, I've had plenty of times not to get any go down a rabbit hole here, but probably the lowest point in my entire life was when I was almost done writing Alexander's Almanac. I don't know if I've ever said that publicly before, but this book right here, writing that at the time in which I did, I was a teacher, I was a coach, we just had a kid, lots of stuff was going on, and I was also trying to do this whole YouTube thing and publish a book. That almost killed me. That was rough. And you just keep your head down, you keep pushing, you keep working hard, and you'll come out the other side of it. I don't know if that helps Iron Bird or maybe anybody else, but there you go, keep pushing. Liam, what's up, Liam? Mr. Coach, Liam from L300 News. Do you have any comment on weapon style changes? Liam. Wow. Well done, Liam. Well done. Weapon style changes. My comments on that is I'm going to have to hold any comments on that until maneuvers are addressed, because maneuvers directly are tied into what happens with the weapon style changes. A lot of the maneuvers are being changed, and weapon styles are overlapping with maneuvers in a way, and that's about as much as I can say. But they are synergistic now. They overlap in a way to where I need to talk about the one and not the other. So maneuvers are not yet ready to be spoken on. Mr. Liam from L300 News. That's funny. Kyle, hey coach, just got my chapter 2 book of my book 1. Just got to my chapter 2 of my book 1 campaign. I see. DC20 Adventure out on YouTube today. I showcased adventure challenges in it. Adventure challenges. Are you making up adventure challenges? Or are you talking about like challenges? You know what I'm saying? Heck yeah. Book 2, chapter 2, book 1. I like the way you're organizing it. Sounds epic, dude. Heck yeah, Kyle. Let's go. Jekyll Geek, what is the rest of the pantheon besides Albion and Zaya? Any evil gods for the players to fight their cults? Absolutely. I have not yet gone into the other gods. There are plenty of other gods. Over 16, you could say. Interesting. But that is for another time. I don't want to just drop that one off. That would be like a live stream where I'm like showcasing the more lore stuff. But there's that. Nathaniel, hi coach. I just want to know about Dragon Boy giveaway. Did the winner receive his prize already? Please continue the superb work. Yes, I have mine right here. Dragon Boy sent me this, and the winner his at the same time. So I don't have contact with the person who won the giveaway, but Dragon Boy said he sent it to him, and there was no problems with shipping. Everything went well, so everything's good as far as that goes. But yeah, the Dragon Boy red and purple and black. Crystal Dragon. I love it. It's right next to me every day. That's awesome. Thanks for checking on that, Nathaniel. Vapora Light. Will we get to see the release of spell rework at the end of July or early August, or just martial maneuvers and techniques? Is Dark Vision still nerfs? Is Vapora? I've talked about Dark Vision. Dark Vision I confirmed the nerf that you talked about. So I'm worried about now. Are you Vapora, write this down, Vapora. Dark vision needs a source of light. I think that was the thing that you were worried about. Dark vision needs some sort of light to be able to see. And then magical darkness, that's a whole separate story. But we'll talk about that, and then maybe have to work out the light logistics there as far as the mechanics and stuff. But that's there's that. And then the no dates. It's just sort of this early July or August stuff. Spell rig end of July, June, July. It is July right now, so no, there's not going to be any sort of release of anything at the end of July or August. My hope is October. My birthday is October 29th, and I'm hoping to give y'all some sort of 0.10 something or other around that time. But July, I showed y'all where the spells are at right now. We're still in, they're all blue, but we still got some work to do before I can be any sort of releases. And we're also going to be releasing maneuvers, techniques, and spells all at the same time, right? And there you go. Lord Barrington, appreciated your video response yesterday. Can't wait for the final version of DC20. Let's go. Oh yeah, yesterday's video. Yesterday's video was the talk of me and the other YouTubers did a breakdown. It's the most recently released video on the channel. Me, Trent Monk, Mr. Rex, D&D Shorts, and D4 Deep Dive did a talk of just talking about the DC20 and the rules that Colby proposed about changing and reducing the amount of maneuvers at first level. That is actually something that is going to be in 0.10 and already is in 0.10. I even had to tell them after that there was actually something I cut from that video, which was a thing that was going into 0.10 that was like cutting edge, just happened, and we're still working out the kinks that I'm not ready to say yet, and they love that. And it had to do with what their feedback was, so that was cool. And then yeah, those type of videos are super fun. I love that. And then Aramande, hi, sweet, on vacation here. It's 3:40 a.m. What are you doing? Me and my player are very excited to see what you will do with a summoner. Yes, the summoner. The plan for the summoner is we're going to work out all the spells, and once we get the spells in a good spot, we're going to work on the summoning spells probably last, and while working on the summoning spells, we're going to be making the summoner as well. So stay tuned for that. Heck yeah. The summoner's going to be so cool. My 2 cents on the summoner, just to get y'all's minds primed for it in a way, especially since Aramande, it's 3:40 a.m. My vision for the summoner is for them to have both stamina and mana. They use their mana to cast spells, summon monsters, buff monsters. They summon their stuff and they buff their stuff with their mana, but then they spend stamina to use it as a resource to be able to attack with their monsters. So it'd be like their monster's stamina in that way, right? So I think this is going to be a super sick system. And T-Dog, what's up, T-Dog? With more spells, will it make combo spell casting less frequent? Is there a thought to combine different spells for combo? Combo casting is changing. Combo casting in general is getting changed in a way, so stay tuned for that. It's going to work similarly to spell duels. So spell duels and combo spell casting will be a similar system that's like overlapping like that, and it's going to work much more intuitively. It's going to be less complex. It's not going to potentially break the game, etc. So combo spell casting is getting a rework and a upgrade in that regard. But in general, in DC20, spells are broad enough and wide enough for the chance of somebody having the same spell is good, right? It's not like, oh, we have all these spells now. You'd have to have the same spell to be able to combo cast it. That's part of the whole deal with that. If you want to homebrew something where like spells combine together in your I'd say time out, wait to see what the spell rework is. So, but I think with spells casting a wider net, I don't think it would be too crazy to have spellcasters pick up that same spell, especially once you see the rework. And then Brandon from Bardic Aggravation, once again, 50 gifted memberships. Thank you, Brandon, for the Bardic Aggravation squad. Heck yeah. I saw Bardic Aggravation just released a video on their channel, Daggerheart versus DC20. Very interesting. That's all I'll say. Love it. Liam, what do you estimate of how many magic items will be in the core rulebook? No comment. I don't think that would be a responsible answer. It would be a shot in the dark. It'd be a shot in the dark. So I don't have an answer for that. Yeah, it would just be a guess. So I feel sad to say I can't answer that question because I would just be lying or making something up, right? So I only answer questions that I can answer responsibly. So hopefully that means something, maybe. But there you go, Liam. Liam has notoriously gotten many questions out of me, so this was don't feel too bad, Liam. And then Dyrick, can spell targeting be looked at? D&D lets you make a firebolt, but only target a creature. Freedom from targeting, especially elemental spells, is a must. What do you mean? Wait. Can spell targeting be looked at? D&D lets you make a firebolt, but only target a creature. Freedom from targeting, especially elemental spells, is a must. Freedom from targeting. Huh. I don't know what you're talking about, Dyrick. Freedom from targeting. Where are you shooting it at? Are you shooting it at a location? You know what I'm saying? Because you can shoot, like if a creature's invisible, you can shoot it at them. It's just a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? So I am confused what you mean by targeting and what needs to be looked at. I am confused, or I wish I could answer better. So maybe please clarify. Peter Terry, are you after you got feedback from the YouTube group, are there any other changes or focuses, issues looked at for the next edition? Funnily, the biggest change that their feedback led to a bigger change in is those maneuvers getting cut back. We were already doing some things, like I've said, with weapon styles and maneuvers and changing that, but we are going to be having a goal which was already on the radar and already addressed, but we dialed up based on that feedback, and so dialed up the amount of simplicity that we're trying to have at level 1. So that was the biggest thing for sure. And then the other focus is one of the things that came up that wasn't in the video was Trent Monk had an issue with the hunter and their stamina resource gain, but that's also going to be changing with how stamina works. And stamina in general is getting an update, a rework in a way where stamina is getting some quality of life improvements for marshals in that way in 0.10. So especially with techniques and maneuvers being just swapped around and or merged, that's when I shared that with them, they're like, oh cool, and that was another exciting change of like, oh, things are changing in the right direction, was one of the things that we talked about. So heck yeah. And then good, Vaporus says, good, I was checking to see if you still stand by the dark vision nerf. Yeah, so far there's been no crazy developments as far as like any issues there, so I got you. Wolfgang, have you seen the recent-ish post on DC20 talking about how DC20 having some serious problems? What? Talking about DC20 having some serious problems. Wolfgang, I have no idea what you're talking about. I will make a note to go check on DC20 Reddit. Serious problems. No idea what you're talking about. But you've put on my radar, so I'm interested to see what they think the problems are. Zagard, finally learning that the trolls are weak to molasses as it forcibly closes their wounds instead of allowing them to heal. Oh, the molasses forcibly closes their wounds. Ah, and it is toxic to them, and their skin absorbs it. Bumpy, Saint Chamberlain, and myself decide to rest in the town of Sweetwater. Zagard, after all the intensity, Zagard comes in with a $50 super chat to continue the story. But Saint Canebear, Bumpy, and Zagard are safe. Now we can take a little bit of a deep breath when usually we're left on the cliffhanger. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the roller coaster. Dave Bilzian, the story continues. Dave Bilzian, for the summoner / elementalist, are any initial maneuvers getting reduced? Any initial maneuvers? Summoner elementalist, are any initial maneuvers getting reduced? I don't know what you mean by. I'm getting confused. I'm confused today. Summoner elementalists or spellcasters, are any initial maneuvers getting reduced? Oh, so the summoner won't have maneuvers, if that's what you're saying. I did say they have stamina, and that's an interesting thing I'm talking about. They won't have maneuvers. Now, maybe some monsters have some maneuvers, and that's an interesting concept right there. But there's that. They won't be getting just straight up maneuvers just because they won't get like a Spellblade treatment. The Spellblade is truly a 50-50. The Summoner is not a 50-50 martial hybrid. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that'll make sense. The Summoner will be a spellcaster that just has stamina. It's not a martial class, right? Maybe that makes sense. Maybe that's what you're asking. And then Deadman, progress on animate dead or other type minions. That is sadly, to let you know, I don't have good news for you there. Summoning spells are going to be the last spells made in DC20, and that's on purpose for a reason. Basically, this long story short answer is if a summoning spell is this strong, we need to know how strong a summoning spell should be. So to know that, I need to know how much mana you can get out of. Let's say I spend 2 mana to do X spell that does damage in some way. I need to be able to compare that to summoning to see if I spend that same amount of X mana, how much could I get out of a summon, right? And it can't be too much, it can't be too little. That's the whole big thing. So we have to make spells first, balance those, and then we can make summons to match the power level, if that makes sense. Hydration check, thank you. There we go. And then Zagard again is the number, and he's the number one chatter person. That's cool. Session 5 of Looming Shadow for my DC20 game happened on Saturday. Did a skill/combat challenge after a boss fight in the middle of a town being raided by Eggrel's orcs. Oh, I love that. I love combat challenges happening right before or right after a huge fight. Love that. Especially if people are low and they're low on resources and oh gosh, yeah, I love that. Budding or combining, budding up is what I was trying to say. Challenges up to combats. I love it. 10 out of 10. Love that. Kyle, wait, coach. Are you saying summoner could summon with MP a stat block creature, then use abilities with SP? If so, that's sick. Like adding Pokemon. Right. Now, the only caveat there is I don't think I'm a fan of summoning a stat blocked creature like a monster from the monster manual. I'm not a fan of that design, as you can tell by how I've made Wild Form. You see how Wild Form and Find Familiar is in DC20. Summons are going to work like that, just letting you know. There will be pre-made summon stat block creatures that we make using the system of 4 summons. That will happen. But yes, essentially I'm saying that is what I'm saying, right? So there's that. And then Rex Room, have you considered have you considered a martial or hybrid equivalent to combo casting? Restricting the spells feel like other classes can't combo. Ooh. Martial, stamina, resources. Let me see. Is it this one? Nope. It's not that one. I have so many different changes for 0.10 that is sitting here. Martial chapter. Oh, I think this is martial. Maneuver duration. Attack enhancements. Categorizing maneuvers. No. Oh, there it is. Oh, wait a second. Wait, what is this? What is this image we have here? Wait a second. Is this the master document of DC20? And we're talking about combo casting / spell duels. But in this section of combo casting spell duels, there's combo maneuvers. What? Combo maneuvers? What? I got you, bro. I got you. So yes, that is now confirmed. So yeah, there's combo maneuvers, combo techniques, or whatever you want to call it right now. Yes, absolutely. What sorcery is this? Oh yes. Just wait. We are cooking. We are cooking in the kitchen, people. Heck yeah. I got your Rex Room. Isaiah Chadwick, D&D Shorts held a homebrew class contest last month. Would you ever consider doing something like that for DC20 once the game is finished? Isaiah, I was going to say no to your answer, to your question, until you said until the game is finished. Absolutely. I can't wait for the game to be finished, because when the game is finished, I can transcend and do community-driven things like that. I would love to have a homebrew month, and we designate every other month. We take 6 months out of the year, and every other month is a certain type of homebrew. We have a spell month. We have a subclass month. We have a monster month. We have all these different things, and people submit and do and make, and then I grab like the top 5 or the top 3 or the top 1, and then I make it, do it, publish it, get art drawn for it, all the stuff. Heck yeah. Love that. I can't wait to do that stuff. But it would be irresponsible of me to do it right now, because that stuff obviously would take time away from making the dang game. So love that. And then Dan, putting novice and level 0 in the advanced gameplay guide looks like is like locking the tutorial behind a new game plus in a video game. So Dan, all right. I was going to not talk about this, but it is going to be something we in the team are talking about more, of putting level 0 and novice into the core rules. That is not official. But there's been a lot of feedback by the community in general, and in videos in the comment sections in general, where people are wanting to have level 0 be a part of DC20, like the core rules, and have it be a part of the experience. There's lots of advantages to it. It doesn't necessarily hurt anyone, especially depending on how we implement it, right? So I think it would be pretty sick type of thing if we do it right, and we just have a level 0, which is basically has the training wheels on there. It would make teaching someone DC20 very easy. Oh my gosh, very easy. It would really let you play that early level grungy type situation, right? And you could absolutely onboard people much more easily to DC20 and understand. And then they hit level 1, baby, and they know what's going on. They know what's up, right? So that's the thing. Kira, I have level 0. Level 0 is a PDF. It's one of the DC20 magazines that I released. I think it was number 2. It was a very early DC20 magazine, and it's basically like pre-level 1, like level 0, and there's even something before level 0, which is like novice. It's like not even. It's like you just went to boot camp for the army. Like you're just barely, like you'll want to be an adventurer type thing. It brings everything down. It really simplifies everything that you get. You get like 1 maneuver, 1 spell, less everything, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And then Hamas, that would be a very great discussion, but that's very long. Hamas says, why wasn't that initially done in the first place, like at the very, very beginning? That would be like a long design road path, which actually, you know what? I'm going to make a note of that to add to my talking points for Gen Con. So here's rules update, DM. And then discuss level 0 implementation into DC20 and how level 1 was made first, then backtrack from there. Interesting. There we go. Hamza. Sorry. God. Yeah. If you know anything about me reading names, I've about 50% success rate on that one. So sorry, dude. But love your thoughts. Spell targeting. Oh, okay, there we go. Dyrick. Dan, me and you, Dan. I see you, Dan. We're synced up, Dan. Every time we're synced up. Dyrick, spells targeting objects. Aha. ice spells targeting puddle, and earth spells targeting ground. Fire spells heating up an object. Many spells in D&D are target specific and don't give freedom for creativity. Interesting. Targeting. So I will say in DC20 there are zone spells. There are zone spells that affect like an area. There's area of effect spells, obviously, that affect like damage in area. There's single target spells. There's spells that target creatures. There are spells that target objects. But I don't know how it would go if I say, or how it would even be structured if I said like, oh yeah, this spell, you can shoot it at anything you want. And if you hit a creature, it does this. If you hit a ground, it does this. If you hit, you know what I'm saying? That would be, that's concerning to me. I'd have to see something like that to be able to get behind it just off the top of my head during a live stream, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully, I see what you're saying now, but I can't wrap my head around it right now, if that makes sense. So sorry, Direct, but I thank you for the insight. And now that's gonna be on my mind whenever I'm going to the spell damaging type spells, or even really anything. Because see, my mind's wandering now. I see you, Direct. Dablezian, in general, how many maneuvers are getting reduced? How are maneuvers getting reduced? See, y'all are trying to sneak it in there. So example, maneuvers are getting reduced. If you take maneuvers and you take techniques and you smash them together and find the maneuvers that are similar, you had a knockback maneuver where you could make a save to like knock them back. That now is being combined with heroic bash, is what it's called right now, the technique. So you can have a maneuver to knock someone back just like you have right now. But if you spend stamina on it, you can turn it into, you evolve it into heroic bash, right? And then there's parry, which exists in DC20 to be able to block an attack of yourself or somebody next to you or whatever. And then there's heroic parry, which is a technique. Those have been merged together into one, which just seems like nothing but obvious the more you say it. But there's that. Hopefully that gives some insights there. And then Wheeler, $37.77. How do you choose the number? Do you just, I feel like Wheeler just goes like this, covers his eyes, and just throws his hand down on the numpad, and then whatever pops out is what it is. I think that's amazing. You need to settle a debate. How do you pronounce your last name? My last name is Bjorkren. People say the hard J and they're like Bjorkren, and that's the most common mispronunciation. No. If you say it in like a Swedish dialect, it's Bjorken. The second one was better. Bjorken. There we go. That's the Swedish way to say it, apparently, but the Americanized version is Bjorkren. So I have a crazy, terrible, long last name. It's hard to say, and maybe that's why I struggle saying other people's hard names as well, and why I can empathize. There you go. Zagard, why don't you use Control F to find what you're looking for on a page? Doesn't that work in Notion? What do you mean Control F? Oh, so Control F in Notion, Control F. Let me see, combo maneuver. Yeah, Control F only works on the page you're on. And my Notion is so deep and it's massive. It is the entire master document of DC20 and the future. It's crazy how big it is. So it would be a Control P in Notion and it searches through all of Notion. But I didn't even know, I knew I could find it faster by going to my spreadsheet structure. I know how to navigate that better than like what it was called, and like calling it typing in combo maneuvers wouldn't have popped in my head as easily. So hopefully that makes sense. But I love shortcuts. I use shortcuts all the time. And then Lord Barrington, will all campaigns and adventures be designed for just the usual 5 to 6 players? I've ran many games for 7 to 10 players and usually have to scale myself. Lord Barrington, that was not me mocking you. I was truly trying to embrace the nature of Lord Barrington, and I think that's a freaking awesome name. So now to answer your question. Adventures in general are designed for 4 players. A party of 4 players is usually what the headspace is. But DC20 already has scaling baked into it. For example, skill challenges. You need a number of success points equal to the amount of players. Done, right? If you wanted to run a game for 8 players, you just could double the monsters. You know what I'm saying? So like it the level system for the monsters, the success points for the challenges, everything is pretty nicely set up for you. Just saying. So heck yeah. But it's good to know that there are people out there running huge campaigns. And I can't wait, Lord Barrington, to hear once we've released something, how you handle how scaling it works out for you. Because I think it's going to be clean. Just saying. Christopher Sigmund, thank you for the five gifted memberships. And Jeff Chambers right after, 10 gifted memberships. Thank you guys. Let's go. We are up to 65 gifted memberships. Every live stream just goes crazy with that. That's nuts. Thank you guys. Anthony Diaz, is there going to be a cooking book for DC20? That type of stuff. Do I want to do something like that? Yes, I think that's exciting. I could even see myself working with Duke from One Shot Questers on something like that and converting something into DC20 and all those types of things. But those are going to be books released way down the road. But very exciting. I have other things to do first. But yes, I would say yes, that is something I would love to see. My Animorphs game just finished session 3. My PCs are about to enter the Yerk pool. For some reason, I think they're only fighting a dozen Yerks. For some reason, they think they're only fighting a dozen Yerks. But there's so much more. Animorphs, dude, that takes me back every time, man. Oh my gosh, keep me posted, Skeletor. Oh man. Animorphs, that's awesome. Zagard, also, most important question, favorite Eevee evolution? Oh man, favorite Eevee evolution? Probably Espeon. The psychic type. My favorite type in Pokemon is psychic type. My favorite Pokemon is Abra, Kadabra, Alakazam. So I'm gonna go with Espeon. I see you, Zagard. Agile Monk, let's go. Shout out to the DC20 community who continue to fund and fuel. Let's go. Yeah, that is, I've said it before. The reason DC20 is allowed to be as good as it's going to be is because of you guys, the patrons, the Kickstarter backers, the people that go check out stuff on the website. Yeah, this is a completely fueled by you guys. I don't have shareholders. I don't have investments or people that I've sold part of the company to so that then they have this shared whatever that is. Nope. It is you guys. So that is, and I think that's the best way to do it. So heck yeah, let's go, Agile Monk, and everybody, let's go. Sound the alarm. Liam, with sonic damage gone, still salty about that. Will there still be spell effects that affect sound? Absolutely. There's gonna be a sound tag most likely. Sound damaging things. I have a actually, let me pull this up on my my own little campaign thing here. Hopefully my players aren't watching this. But we're gonna have this little fight club thing, and I have a guy right here, Draven Squad, Rebel Pirates. Hopefully my players aren't watching, but where is it? Is this him? Where's the attack? Sonic Screech. There we go. There. Let me share the screen here. Boom. So this is my home campaign binder. This is another resource available to patrons. Different levels have different rewards if y'all are interested in checking all that out. But this is one of the monsters here. This is if you're not familiar, this is it's a Batborn. He's not a werebat. Which would be a spoiler to my campaign people if any of my players are watching this. But here's some abilities, here's some stats. He's a big old dude. My player's level 4 for the record, so this guy would be a level 4 brute or whatever. And here's one thing: Sonic Screech, area attack spell versus AD, 5 space cone, 2 true damage. Ooh, sick. This can be heard from up to 200 spaces. Any creature weak to sound effects takes double damage from it. So if you have it, there's one of my two of my players have one of them now has a sound vulnerability. And yes, there's that. So there you go. And I got another sneak peek on that whole deal. So cool. And then consequences. I feel the questions get answered by other people. Kira, what questions get answered by other people? Oh, the questions that get asked. And I'm still trying to catch up with super chats. So let's see. Late fee, Rolodex, late fee, ready to take some questions, y'all. Rolodex. Rolodex is also taking questions. Just at Rolodex in the chat, and he'll answer you. That's funny. And then, wait. Oh, there we go. They got you, Liam. And Liam got another sneak peek. He got a sneak peek of a whole monster for you guys. Louise, can summon attacks cost a sustain effect? Can summon attacks cost a sustain? Oh, yeah, right. That's another thing that we're thinking about with summons, is summons being a sustain spell. Summons being a sustain spell would work out really nicely, because if you have 4 action points and you have a summon rolling, it's part of your action economy. So cool. And you could choose to spend more if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So I think summons are going to be really great in DC20, just by the way that the bones of the system work, right? Zagard, so your notion is spaghetti code. Makes sense. Spaghetti at a wall. Y'all know how I roll. Dable's in. Hydration check. Will the number of initial maneuvers granted at level 1 be reduced? And if so, how? Yes, they will be reduced. I believe the number right now is you either going to get 2. I think you're going to be getting 2 maneuvers, possibly 3. Yes, but the maneuvers you have also technically are techniques. Keep that in mind. So if you have 2 maneuvers, if you spend stamina on them, it's kind of like you also have, it's kind of like you have 4, if that makes sense, right? That's about as much as I can say right now. So it's 2 or 3 at this point. So you'll see. And then Kyle, Coach, I'm working on a homebrew campaign using DC20. I got 9 race art over my 20 maps for my novice level 3 and 4, and in progress a cookbook, a language for the croakers, written lore and short stories. Oh my gosh, Kyle, you are cooking, dude. Literally, huh? See what I did there? Kyle is working, dude. Nice. Let's go. Are you drawing all this stuff? I think you are. Anyway, wouldn't be surprised, because you're freaking killing it, dude. Anthony, since I hear DC20 game theme, I want to do a One Piece DC20. Any advice on Devil Fruit ability and Hakai? Hockey. I have just the littlest experience through my brother-in-law of One Piece, so I wish I knew more, but I don't know anything about One Piece enough to be able to talk about it, especially convert. Now if you talk about Dragon Ball Z, I'm here for you, baby. I got you, but I don't know enough about One Piece. I'm sorry, Anthony. I'm sorry. I feel bad now. Maybe I should start watching it on another monitor or something while I work on DC20. And then Simon, Espeon represent. He's been my favorite since Gen 2. Simon, your overall favorite? Let's go. Represent? Where's he at? There we go. Represent. Let's go. That's funny. Aegis Virium, smash that like button, people. Thank you, Aegis. Telling people to smash the like button. Let's go. It actually does help. If you like and comment and say things, it does. It genuinely does help. William Molnar, search across multiple notion spaces using control. We're synced up, William. I think I said that a second ago. So we're synced up. I love shortcuts. You don't understand. My mouse, I don't know if I told you guys, but this is my mouse. I have that little gaming mouse. This button right here, this is backspace. This is delete. This is exit. This is control C. This is control V. This is control shift H, which is in Notion highlights a color, the last color you just highlighted. So my productivity, baby, got you. We're synced up. Let's go. Zagard, since you have no shareholders, would that make us your exclusive producers, executive producers? Everyone, all 20,000 people are my executive producers. Let's go. Joe M, late fee, love the energy, can't wait for spells. Let's go. I got made fun of for my energy when I first started my YouTube channel. Most of the negative comments I got was like, this guy's fake. This guy gives me used car salesman vibes. And I was like, no, I'm just excited to talk about games, y'all. I just love talking about stuff. If you met me in real life and you asked me to explain how photosynthesis works, I'd be like, all right, listen. I would have that. I love explaining things. It's literally my jam. And then heck yeah, Robert McCutcheon. Ow. I just whiplashed myself. Okay, Robert McCutcheon $279.99 Oh, it's Canadian dollars. I'm just kidding, Robert. The wild super chat from Robert McCutcheon literally gave me whiplash. I looked back and forth and I got a sick, wow, paying it forward with a great message. Paying it forward. Oh my gosh. Thank you, dude. Oh my, you are paying it forward because we unlocked the giveaway. Wow. I believe in paying it forward so much. I think it is my goal, and I want to be able to get to the point where things from my family's taken care of and my loved ones are taken care of, and then I can go and find the people and just give back to the people that are paying it forward, like the servers at restaurants that go above and beyond. We were just I had this huge thing I was pushing, and this random worker at this random store stopped and like went and held the door open for me. They don't get paid any extra for doing that. They get, you know what I'm saying? But like, those are the people that I want to pay it forward to, and I want to be able to just like give them something. I don't know. So paying it forward means a lot to me. So that's super awesome. Thank you for that, Robert. Dang. Wow. Wow. Oh man. Thank you, dude. And then it keeps going. Path of most resistance, late fee. Y'all and your late fees. Missed almost the whole thing. Well, you're 11 minutes here. We're 11 minutes. You're still here, buddy. And Zegard, if you start One Piece now, you will finish DC20 before you catch up. Oh, man. Oh, isn't One Piece have like 300 episodes or something? Or is that Naruto? I think it's One Piece. Yeah. It's one of those that I need to go see. So maybe another abridged. There's something a One Piece abridged. I don't know. I gotta ask my stepbrother. Pete, if you could choose, would you like to do a DC20 theme song? If you could choose, who would you like to do a DC20 theme song? Pete, I'm not good with music, Pete. I'm not the best with music. Also, Dustbreaker, yeah. You just don't worry about it. You're good. You're good, Dustbreaker. Dustbreaker's been working at it. Rolodex is me. What? Rolodex. Oh. Okay, and then that is crazy, dude. A theme song, that would be crazy. I don't know if I had to say, it would be like Imagine Dragons or who oh no, I know the answer to this. What's the band that wrote the Spidey and His Amazing Friends theme song? Spidey and his amazing friends. Spidey team is on the scene, kicking, spinning, climbing the walls. What team? What does anybody know? Does anybody know who wrote that? The theme song for this is gonna be like a dad question. I think it was not Imagine Dragons. Fall Out Boy. Is it Fall Out Boy? Is DC20 a Fall Out Boy? It's not 80s cartoon. It's the new one. It's Spidey and His Amazing Friends. In fact, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look up who sang the Spidey and His Amazing Friends theme song. Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy's Patrick Stump. There we go. All right, so Fall Out Boy is the yeah, Patrick Stump. Yep, there you go. If anybody has a contact with Patrick Stump and he wants to sing the theme song to DC20, that would be wild. That's crazy. Naruto has 700 plus episodes. One Piece has 1,100. One Pace. There we go. Thank you for that. I might have to jump into that. Artificer sneak peek. Please tell me it's a hybrid. Oh, Cameron, that's a long story, but Artificer is a matter of weeks away from being done. So there's your sneak peek for Artificer. Ooh. Only thing holding us back on Artificer is the level 2 class feature. Level 1 is pretty much locked in and done. So that's awesome. And then for fixing the Notion issue with GM binders yesterday, much respect. Oh, Lord Barrington. Yeah, Notion went crazy. Notion updated the way they do their links, and I have to go, instead of going to this like where I share, usually I would publish it, but I would change the way I published it. Now they've changed the whole thing where I don't publish it. I have to change I not publish it. I change the link to be able to be seen by anyone who has it and have like an expiration date on it. It's a whole different thing. So all my links got blown up. But we're good now. I updated the last one today. So if anything slips through the cracks, y'all let me know. I'll fix it all up. I hate whenever my links don't work. So I want to make sure I don't do that to you guys. So thank you for Lord Barrington. I'm sorry that it broke in the first place. Let's go. And then now we're going into overtime, and I'm going to go into overtime. I answer as many questions as I can here from the chat, and then we'll do a double giveaway. We got 2 giveaways to do for this live stream. Let's go. Event Horizon. Following your YouTuber feedback, do you plan to reduce the starting maneuvers at level 1? Yes, by 50% possibly, by 30%. Liam DePill, random question. You play Magic the Gathering? If so, see me. I used to play Magic the Gathering, and I liked a black poison deck. Those are my favorite types of decks. That's funny. And then Fix D&D has a question. Funny name there. Will you be a boiled down mechanic? Wait, will there be a boiled down mechanical description of the game and when to apply certain role mechanics? Maybe a one-pager for people who want to fathom the game in its essence. There is going to absolutely be a, not only is there going to be a big picture explanation of the game to make sure that people who don't know what TTRPGs can read and do. I think Daggerheart did a good job of that. Which we already plan to do ourselves as well. And there's also going to be a watered down version of DC20. Right now it's called DC12, but there is going to be a version of the game that's even easier in that regard as well. Flame Master, can spells have AP enhancements? Yes, they can. Ooh. David Fountain, can you go over your plans for other pillars in a live stream? David Fountain, I will write that down. I have here. I'm going to write down. I'm going to put in my live stream notes. I'm going to put next live stream. I have a next live stream section in my Notion, and it's going to say talk about other 2 pillars of the game. 4 pillars, right? All right, cool. There you go. I got you, David. Isaiah Chadwick, can you clarify jumping compared to the jump action? What? Okay, jumping compared to jump action. Jump action is going to be getting reworked as well. The jump action right now, you spend an action point to be able to make a check, and it increases your jump distance by at least 1, maybe more. But that's what it really does. You have a jump distance. Your character has a jump distance. It's on your character sheet. The jump action increases that by 1, potentially more based on the check, and it just allows you to jump farther. You still need to have movement speed to jump. It's not just free movement speed that comes out of nowhere, or else everybody would just jumping all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But there's that. And then Kira, question: will there be a main area of the world where the explorations of the whole world? What? Will there be a main area of the world, or will there be explorations of the whole world? There's a world map. I have the world map. I have the entire world map of the DC20 campaign map. I have the whole thing. I have it commissioned and everything. It looks great. Stay tuned. And then Chad Geralti. What's up, Chad? Thoughts on lower maneuvers at start? Did it. Done it. Already did it. I got you, Chad. Let's go. We're all synced up here, guys. The Crimson Black Dragon question. What is your thoughts on a toxic DM? What are your thoughts on a toxic DM? Talk to them and then replace them. Talk to them, and if they don't respond to you talking to them nicely and leveling them with them, then playing role play games together is such an intimate experience. It's such you take so much of your time out of it. You're investing. It's such an invested experience. You don't want to do it with a toxic DM. So yep. That's a hard question. I have so much more I want to say on that. But it's overtime, so I'm trying to get better at this. Metus G. Have you considered having mana be a per encounter resource? I'm not a fan of this for a couple of reasons. Per encounter, it doesn't make sense in some ways. I like thinking of a pool of mana, and then how do you cast mana outside of combat? That needs to be a resource because you can do so many things outside of combat with mana. If it's a per encounter thing, then that's weird because mana can be used in so many different things outside of combat, so that's kind of rough. I think that's enough that I can say about that right now. People are saying something because I'm about to do a giveaway in a minute. That's why people are saying something. I got you, Red Panda. And then Kira, question: is the name of the world / planet that takes place on again? I have not announced the name of the world. Nice try, Kira. And are we still? And where will starting adventures take place? And where will the starting the adventures will take place in that world? I'm not going to have the world setting be such an invasive thing. It's like in your face, and you're not going to be able to put it in your own homebrew world or in a D&D or Forgotten Realms setting or whatever. It's not going to be jarring like that. But there's going to be support for that, and it's going to be in that's going to be the third Kickstarter. Is the campaign setting book, which started being worked on. Nathan Hunt, this is more of a monster design question, but do you plan on having monsters with some more vulnerabilities, less resistance, as opposed to D&D monsters? I love the subtle jab that Nathan gave to D&D monsters, but I agree with you. I absolutely plan on having more vulnerabilities and resistances and things like that, and having monster. Wait. Do you plan on having monsters with more vulnerabilities and less resistances? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I absolutely want there to be vulnerabilities on monsters. I want monsters that not only have vulnerabilities to damage types, but I want them to have vulnerabilities to silver weapons. I want them to have vulnerabilities to weapons wielded by someone who's never killed anyone, right? Like, what? That's crazy, right? So I think it's amazing. I think having a monster that has a vulnerability double against people who haven't killed someone, that's crazy. That's so cool, right? It adds so much, just that concept. Hopefully you can see that I'm way outside the box as far as that goes, right? Thank you, Skeletor's loving DC20. Let's go. Tristan, that's sick. And then there we go. That is the stream, people. So we have a giveaway now. The giveaway. Say something in the chat. That's why people have been saying something. You don't have to say the word something. You can say anything you want. People just like to say something because I say something. It's like a joke now. It's kind of like the late fee thing. But there you go. And Ironside threw out 3 purple hearts. I don't know. That might be pretty lucky. That's pretty cool. But the first winner we have two giveaways. The first giveaway is going to be for a copy of DC20 and the Monster Starter Pack and all future updates to it. You get it, and if you already have it and you back the Kickstarter, you get even more stuff. I'm giving away books. I'm giving away dice. I'm giving away all sorts of stuff. And the second giveaway is going to be for a Die Hard dice. We showcase the dice, the Die Hard dice. Nope. Anyway, Die Hard. It's a $75 giveaway. Because we hit the goal up here, I'm giving away a $75 Die Hard Dice gift card. Super awesome. Die Hard Dice gave me those gift cards to give away when we hit the goal. So boom, first winner is the DC20 copy and this DC20 bundle, and the winner is Nightbot with a drum roll. Path of Most Resistance. Let's go. Just saw your super chat a minute ago. Let's go. Path of Most Resistance came in. Oh, Path of Most Resistance came in late though. Came in late. Maybe we should void that. Maybe we should void that winner. Should we void that winner? I don't know. He was let's see, came in with 11 minutes spare. He was 49 minutes late. Huh? He says, "Holy crapola!" But 49 minutes late. Maybe you should get 49. I'm just kidding, Path. Of course you get it, baby. Let's go. Y'all came up with your own late fees. If you're here, you're here, baby. So no, I was absolutely joking. I'm just giving Path a hard time because I recognize the name. But next giveaway. This is for the Die Hard Dice winner. This is for the $75 Die Hard Dice. Path of Most Resistance. You know the drill. Message moderator on Discord. We'll get you hooked up, set up. And then Super Creator, who subscribes to this channel. Thank you, Super Creator. Super Creator, message a moderator. You just want a $75 gift card to dieharddice.com. Metal dice, all sorts of dice. It's insane. They're the ones who are making DC20 dice. It's how this whole possible. Thanks, guys. Message a moderator. Go to Discord. It's in the description of everything. I got you. Message a moderator. Their names are in red. They'll get you hooked up, set up, good to go. Sweet. That's it, people. Stay creative. Next week, The YouTuber series is done. All 3 parts of the videos are now out. I just released the last one yesterday for the batch of YouTubers I had. Next week, I'm showing the adventure video, but y'all might have already seen the adventure video if you saw last week's live stream, but it's like a chopped up, cleaner version. But that's it. Stay creative. Thanks to the box, y'all. Peace.